Have you ever wanted to learn a new language that could, genuinely open up a whole new world for you? Well, today we are diving deep into Hindi. And this isn't just about memorizing a few phrases. Nope. We are giving you the complete step-by-step roadmap to go from absolute zero to actually being comfortable in a conversation. Let's get right into it.
Okay, first things first, let's just talk about the sheer scale here. We are not talking about some small niche language. There are over 600 million Hindi speakers all across the globe. That is a massive, massive community that you could be a part of. It's literally one of the most spoken languages on the entire planet.
So, when you see a number that big, you kind of have to ask yourself, right? What am I missing out on? I mean, what kind of connections, what cultural experiences, what career opportunities are just sitting there, waiting on the other side of learning this one language? Well, we're about to find out.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the why. The real motivation. Then we'll break down the language itself, make it way less intimidating. After that, we hit the main event, your step-by-step roadmap. From there, I'll show you how to build a system that actually works, and you're definitely going to want to stick around for the end, where we reveal the secrets to blowing past where most learners quit.
So let's dive into section 1. Why even learn Hindi in the first place? Because the motivation here goes so far beyond just speaking another language. It's really about unlocking tangible opportunities in culture, in business, and even in tech. I mean, think about it. Learning Hindi lets you plug directly into that giant global community we just talked about. It's the key that unlocks the door to India's incredibly rich culture. We're talking everything from Bollywood to ancient literature. Professionally, you get a front-row seat to one of the world's fastest-growing economies. And here's the kicker that most people totally miss. It can give you a really surprising edge in the IT world, connecting you with one of the biggest tech talent pools anywhere.
Okay, let's move on and actually look at the language itself, understanding the core characteristics of Hindi. Now, if you're coming from English, Hindi might look a little intimidating at first glance, but I promise you, its core structure is actually super logical. It really just boils down to 3 key things you need to get. First, the script it's written in is called Devanagari. Second, and this is fantastic news, the pronunciation is phonetic. That means what you see is what you say, no weird spelling rules. And third, the grammar follows a slightly different order, subject, object, verb. And this right here shows you the single biggest mental shift you have to make. In English, we say, I eat food. Subject, verb, object. Simple. But in Hindi, the verb just gets kicked to the end of the sentence. So it becomes, I food eat. That sentence is, मैं खाना खाता हूँ. If you can just get your head around this one little flip, you'll be miles ahead of the game.
All right, time for the main event, your step-by-step roadmap. This is the practical, no-nonsense guide that's going to take you from knowing absolutely nothing to actually being able to hold a conversation. So here's the 30,000-foot view of your journey. See how it all overlaps and builds on itself? Month 1 is all about the bare-bones basics, learning the script and some key survival phrases. For the first 3 months, you're just hammering core vocabulary. Then, starting in month 2, you start weaving in the essential grammar, and boom, by month 3, you're ready to start reading. It's a clear path designed to keep you from getting overwhelmed.
So, for your first 30 days, this is your mission. Number 1, and I cannot stress this enough, do not skip learning the script. It is absolutely non-negotiable. At the exact same time, start speaking right away with basic phrases just to build some momentum. And finally, start absorbing the most common words. Just 15 to 20 a day makes a huge difference.
Now, when it's time to tackle grammar, don't freak out. Just focus on these key things, in this order. First, that subject-object-verb sentence order we just talked about. Next, noun-gender. Every noun is either masculine or feminine. Then, your basic tenses, present, past, and future. After that, you've got postpositions. They're like prepositions, but they come after the word. Think the room in instead of in the room. Finally, agreement rules, which kind of tie it all together. Nail these 5, and you've built a foundation.
Okay, this one is so important. You have to train your ear. Hindi is actually spoken very clearly, but native speakers can talk fast. So you've got to aim for 20-30 minutes of listening every single day. When you're just starting out, children's cartoons are perfect, seriously. As you get better, you can level up to Bollywood movies and podcasts.
And this brings us to the golden rule of learning any language, really. You have to start speaking from month 1. Do not wait until you feel ready, because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. That day never actually comes. Making mistakes and speaking clunky, broken Hindi is exactly how you build real fluency.
All right, on to section 4, building a winning system. Because look, motivation is great, but it comes and goes. A good system, that's what's going to carry you all the way to the finish line.
And here's what that system actually looks like. Every single day, you just commit to about an hour, but it's broken down into these small, totally manageable chunks. A little vocab, some listening, a bit of grammar, and a few minutes of speaking practice. Then on the weekend, your goal is to have one full conversation, and then take a little time to review the mistakes you made. That's it.
So how long does all this take? Let's be real here. If you follow this system, you can expect to hit a basic conversational level in about 6 to 8 months. To get to a strong intermediate level, you're probably looking at a year to a year and a half. And to get to that true fluency, that's a journey of 2+ years of consistent, steady effort.
And that brings us to our final section, how to actually succeed. This is where we talk about the simple things you can do to avoid all the common traps and just blow right past the point where most other learners give up.
Let's start with a really important question. With all the apps and resources out there, why is it that most people who start learning a language like Hindi just stop after only a couple of months? The answer is surprisingly simple.
It almost always comes down to these 4 things. They try to find a shortcut and they skip learning the script. They only use a game-like app without doing any deeper study. They let the fear of sounding stupid stop them from ever actually speaking. And the biggest one of all, they are just inconsistent. This right here, this is your what not to do list.
So what's your secret weapon? What's the one thing that's going to make all the difference? It's not some fancy app or hidden technique. It's just this: stay consistent for 6 months. If you can just do that, you will already be so far ahead of almost everyone else who starts this journey. Consistency is your superpower.
Now, for those of you in the tech world, here's a pro-level strategy. After you've got that solid 6-month foundation, start switching your learning over to tech-focused content in Hindi. Watch programming tutorials, read coding blogs, join online tech communities, and start networking using your new skills. This can be a legitimate career game changer.
You know, the real light bulb moment, the switch to fluency, happens when you stop translating in your head and you start actually thinking in the language. Instead of thinking, I need water, and then translating it, your brain just goes straight to, mujhe pani chahiye. That's when you know you're really rewiring things up there.
So there you have it. You have the complete map. From the very first step all the way to advanced strategies, the entire journey is laid out right in front of you. Your journey starts right now. The only question left is, what's your first word going to be?